Bang Bang MMA gang. Now, UFC Abu Dhabi is tomorrow. The card is absolutely stacked for a fight night. We lit. We're not going to get into how Abu Dhabi gets certain treatment. And while those UK fans are struggling at 5 a.m., fuck it. It is what it is. The card is stacked. Starting off, we have Elvis Brenner versus Joel Alvarez. Now, Elvis Brenner, I'm going with Elvis Brenner. Joel Alvarez is a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. He has some very, very good wins. His jiu-jitsu is top. I wouldn't say top of the food chain, but it's really, really good. But when it comes to a guy like Elvis Brenner has something you can't teach. It's what they call it factor. It's that dog. You can't teach that. He coming off his fight with Orolbai, which I thought was a draw, or whatever. His fight with Orolbai, he is dead tired. Elvis Brenner is about to pass out, and he's still reversing Orolbai. Orolbai takes him down, and Elvis Brenner finds the will to reverse him. He hurt Orolbai a couple times. Elvis Brenner, when he's absolutely has no gas tank, is still a threat to KO you. Now, Joel Alvarez has good jiu-jitsu, but he has a problem. Joel Alvarez takedowns are what we like to call a wobbler. It's 50-50. Like, he struggles taking people down. If Elvis Brenner can keep the fight on the feet, which I think he will, I think I see Elvis Brenner by KO. Now, I think Elvis Brenner is good enough to where if he does get taken down, he is wary of the submission threat. Because listen, Joel Alvarez has a guillotine finish. He has a Darce finish. I think he has an armbar finish. He has a couple KOs. This guy is a finishing threat. So as long as the fight is standing, I think Elvis Brenner can get the win. Actually, via KO, I'm going Elvis Brenner by knockout. And that is that. Moving on. Mackenzie Dern versus Lupi Godinez. Or what people like to say, Lupi Godinez. Listen, Lupi has never been finished ever. But when I take a deep dive into her career, she has losses to Angela Hill. I'm sorry. If you have any will of becoming a top contender, you have to beat Angela Hill. Angela Hill is a gritty veteran who can arc out decisions. She won a unanimous decision against Lupi. It's what we like. It's another wobbler. But Mackenzie Dern has trouble taking people down. Her jiu-jitsu that's top of the food chain. Her jiu-jitsu is all world. Mackenzie Dern has the top 3 or 4 jiu-jitsu in the entire sport. She's that good. MMA math doesn't work. She did beat Angela Hill. Angela Hill did beat Lupi. MMA math doesn't work. But I can see Mackenzie Dern, I've seen her boxing getting a little better. Mackenzie Dern fucking struggles. Listen, she struggles with head movement, just average. If Mackenzie Dern had average defense and average striking, she would be champion today. But she obviously doesn't. I've seen a couple videos of her hitting the pads. She's looking real better. I'm going Mackenzie Dern by submission. Yes, by submission. I could see Mackenzie Dern by knockout. I don't think it's going to decision. If it does, it's going to be a barn burner. All of her fights are fun. I don't know why people hate her, but I'm going Mackenzie Dern by submission. And if I'm going to be exact, Mackenzie Dern by armbar. Moving on, we have the legend Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chiesa. Now, Michael Chiesa, a Washington State legend. Listen, bro. Your biggest weakness is Tony Ferguson's biggest strength. I am calling it out. I don't care what people think. Call it me wanting Tony Ferguson to win. I'm calling Tony Ferguson by Darce. Now, striking-wise, Michael Chiesa isn't the best striker. Let's just get that out of the way. Michael Chiesa's striking is not all that. If anything, he looks a little goofy. And listen, Michael Chiesa back in the day, he was a top lightweight. Michael Chiesa is one of those guys where he has a little bit of longevity, but on the feet, he looks awkward, lackadaisical, for lack of a better term. The guy is just fucking trash. He can't strike. Tony Ferguson, on the other hand, had Paddy Pimblett tired as fuck. But Paddy took him down, and Tony accepted bottom position. We all know this. But as far as to say his striking, Tony Ferguson knocked down Bobby Green. That was 2 fights ago. He was doing good against Nate Diaz in the first round. That was 3 fights ago. He fucking knocked down Michael Chandler, knocked down Justin Gaethje. Like, when we start taking a deep dive into this guy's losing streak, went to a decision with Charles Oliveira while Charles is finishing everybody else. Like, let's calm down a little bit. I see Tony Ferguson doing good on the feet, and Michael Chiesa thinking, I'm going to take the Paddy Pimblett route, just take him down, hold him down. But I think Tony Ferguson jumps a Darce. I see Tony Ferguson by absolute Darce gets him. It's like Michael Chiesa is like, he wants to get Darce. He got Darce like 4 or 5 times in his career. I'm going Tony Ferguson by Darce, and that is that. Moving on. We have Deiveson Figueiredo Figgy versus Marlon Chito Vera. I'm going Deiveson Figueiredo by unanimous decision. Chito Vera, for some reason, fishes for knockouts. If he doesn't get a knockout, he is going to be down in the scorecards. He was down versus Dominic Cruz. I don't want to say the Rob Font fight, but look at the Jose Aldo fight. Look at the Cory Sandhagen fight. Like, if he doesn't get the knockout, he's going to lose badly. Even his last fight versus Pedro Munoz. Pedro Munoz, I thought, did enough to win. Chito is not a guy that can... He's not like a... How do I explain it? Like a Brandon Royval, like a pitter-pat, to where he can rack up points to get decisions. He's fishing for knockouts, slow starter. He's like Peter Yan in slow starting, but Peter Yan picks it up after the second and third. And it's a 3-rounder. I'm going Deiveson Figueiredo. He's going to pitter-pat. He's going to take him down. He's going to hold him down. And we've seen Chito lose too many different ways. We've seen him get absolutely obliterated by Sean O'Malley. Like, all on the feet, no takedowns, nothing, get obliterated. We've seen him get taken down and held down by Cory Sandhagen. So, this is definitely not a wobbler. I'm going with Deiveson Figueiredo, unanimous decision. Marlon Chito Vera got if I don't get the KO, I'm just going to walk you down and get hit fetish. I don't know what's wrong with the guy, and that is that. Moving on. The co-main event of the evening. We have Shara Bullet versus Michelle Olejniczak. Now, I'm going with Shara Bullet, but I'm going to say this. Michelle Olejniczak has a chance to win if he makes the fight dirty. What do I mean by dirty? If he makes it like a good old barn burner, not a barn burner, I take that back. Like, I'm going to take you down, hold you up against the cage. Not going to go for the finish. Just try to keep taking you down, ground and pound, take you down, ground and pound, hold you against the cage. Close the distance with a guy like Shara Bullet. You're not going to beat Shara Bullet on the feet. Does Michelle Olejniczak have knockout power? Yes. Can he knock him out? Yes. But his best way and most safest way to get the win is to go close the distance. Whatever he throws at you, just close the distance. Hold him up against the cage. Hold him there. Take him down. Just make the fight boring. That's your best way to win. But Shara Bullet, on the other hand, listen, fight the takedowns. Keep the distance. Stay away. Calf kick. Make sure you chop that leg. Make sure you make him respect your hands. Because if he's just walking you down, he has to respect your power. I'm going with Shara Bullet. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I'm going Shara Bullet by finish. I'm going Shara Bullet by KO. Shara Bullet by absolute KO. And I can see it by like head kick and then gets the TKO after that. Shara Bullet by KO. Moving on. We have the main event of the evening. Cory Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm going with the one, the only Cory Sandhagen. Now, I'm not high on Umar like a lot of you guys are. Umar Nurmagomedov is a guy that has really good striking. A little bit overrated. People overrate his striking because like when you say a good striker, it's hard because I want to see how that striking is against guys who are defensively responsible and guys who have good striking back. He hasn't faced a guy that he respects his striking. Not a guy yet. Outside of Beksat Almakhan. And what did Beksat do? Beksat Almakhan, a Kazakhstani fighter, was, I believe, 17-1 coming into the UFC, making his debut against Umar, knocks him down in the first round. And what does Umar do? Umar is so scared that he proceeds to hold him in half guard and mount for the rest of the fight. I mean, we're overrating Umar's grappling as well, in my opinion. Umar Nurmagomedov had full mount on Bekzat Almakhan, and Bekzat stood up twice from full mount. Like, listen, if Khabib has full mount, you're not getting back up. The round is officially over. You're staying there. We overrate him a tad bit. It's like when people do on Makhachev. We've seen Dustin reverse him a couple times. We've seen Volkov's success. Like, the whole Dagestani lore to where these guys are unbeatable, that ship has sailed. We've seen Islam struggle with Dustin, struggle with guys of like Volkanovski. We've seen Thiago Moises have success against Islam Makhachev. We've seen Shamil Gaziev quit. We just saw Ikram Aliskerov get brutally flatlined by Robert Whittaker. The lore is gone. I think Cory Sandhagen is the guy to do it. He has so many paths to victory. He has the path to victory of the pitter pat, like I'm going back, like the Brandon Royval style, like the ooh, bang, like the jab, calf kick, move, distance, jab, calf kick, defend takedowns. He has that route. He also has the route of, you never know when I'm throwing the flying knee. The flying knee connects. He does it at the most opportunistic times. It fucking connects. He got TJ Dillashaw. How many times did he has a spinning heel kick KO. He got it with Frankie Edgar. I'm telling you, you guys, like, the respect for Cory is going to go up. I also think Cory can take the wrestling route to Umar. People might think that's crazy. Cory Sandhagen can wrestle. His grappling has gotten way better. His jiu-jitsu has gotten better. Look what he did to Rob Font. We've gotten to the point where Cory Sandhagen was being called boring fighter because he's controlling guys like Chito Vera and Rob Font. Now, Rob Font, I get you. But Chito, holding Chito down, Chito can't even get back up. Cory Sandhagen has improved a lot. If Bekzat Almakhan making his debut can stand up from Umar's full mount, so can Cory Sandhagen. Cory Sandhagen does have one flaw. He gives up his back a lot. But I think he's smart enough to fight the hands, fight it early, fight the body lock, have the urgency to know that, the fight could end quickly. I think he's going to keep his distance. He's going to defend takedowns. He's not going to let him get close to his back, close to the cage. Listen, I'm going with Cory Sandhagen. I was going with Cory Sandhagen by decision. Also, Umar Nurmagomedov is notoriously known by me, and we've seen it one fight so far, for not having a good gas tank. We've seen him absolutely get tired versus Bekzat Almakhan, a fight to where he was just holding him down. We've seen Umar brutally tired. Umar Nurmagomedov gas tank is fucking boo-boo. I'm telling you, he couldn't, to the point where the fight was over. He beat Bekzat Almakhan. It takes like 2, 3, 4 minutes for them to announce the winner. He's still huffing and puffing talking to DC after the fight. I'm telling you, I can see Cory Sandhagen by decision, but I'm going with Cory Sandhagen TKO. Umar Nurmagomedov, brutal TKO with punches. Cory Sandhagen gets the win, and that is that. Cory Sandhagen to the top. He's going to win. Then he's going to fight Sean O'Malley, win, and be champion. And then we get the Peter Yan rematch, and that's going to be a barn burner. And that is that. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the MMA gang is in, and that is that.